Hi, I'm Matt and I'm a beekeeper here at 309 Honey in Coromandel, Aotearoa, New Zealand. We specialise in producing mānuka honey and other native varieties of honey here in New Zealand. It's autumn here in the Coromandel. It's starting to cool down. We've mostly finished all the normal work we're doing this time of year, so all our honey is harvested, all our hives are requeened, and now we're really focusing on wintering down our beehives, which involves treating them for varroa, making sure that they are well stocked for food, and that means usually they have enough honey. Sometimes we have to feed them back different kinds of honey that we have stored, or feed them a sugar syrup substitute. And the other thing that we do is any hives that are left on production blocks or mānuka blocks are moved back to wintering blocks. So this time of year we use oxalic acid, which is an organic acid, and it's administered using a vaporizer. So the vaporizer is like a little electronic machine, and we vaporize the oxalic acid into the brood box through a little hole, and it kind of like covers the bees and it kills the varroa mites that are hanging onto the bees. And the varroa mites are they're just a little tiny mite. They're predator that's adapted to just the honeybees, and they eat the fat bodies of the bees. It's like they're having the equivalent of like a chicken or something hanging off you, and they wound the bees, and they also carry like a bunch of viruses which affect like colony health and then overall bee health. So we try to control varroa as best we can. We have like a integrated pest management plan, and this time of year oxalic acid vapor is the main one that we use to control it. The other big thing is food. Obviously they need enough food to survive winter. We'll feed them with honey in some cases if we have it. In other cases we'll feed them sugar syrup, which is got a seaweed based supplement in it. And then we have moving our hives away from the mānuka blocks. So we'll pick them up early in the morning, we block up their entrances to make sure they can't get out, and then we drive them to our winter sites, which usually have an abundance of pollen, usually in the form of gorse, which is a really good pollen source or protein source for bees through the winter and spring. And then we will, usually it's a much drier, easy to access, warmer and better protein source for the bees. All the hives are happily moved to their new home, and I just got to unblock them. I block them up, block their entrances with some grass so they don't come out when we're driving. So unblock them and then sorted. The big thing which we're having a huge issue with this year is wasps, like the German wasps or yellow jackets. And normally late summer, early autumn, they become a problem because the protein sources in the environment they're normally relying on tend to dry up. So they'll move on to beehives, or they'll try and compete with the bees. They'll get in, they'll steal their brood, steal their honey, even in most cases kill and eat the bees. Just show you what it looks like when a wasp has killed a hive. I think this one, obviously there's no bees in there, but when you look down at the bees that are left, you find they've been decapitated. So they're all missing their head. And so the wasps have killed this hive, probably eaten the brood, eaten the honey, and killed the bees. And how many have we lost? Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Yep. It's eating a bee head right now. Mungle bastard. I already vespex this spot, but it's going to need another dose of vespex. Yeah, it's just fucking beekeeping. What's left is okay. $17. Probably normally have 20 or over here. Lost 5. Oh well. Bait with a protein-based bait called vespex, which is good because it means the protein-based bait, there's no sugar in it, the bees aren't attracted to it and it won't kill any beehives. So then we can bait in reasonable proximity to the beehives. But yeah, this year they've been really bad. We've lost some hives to them in a few different sites, and we've been baiting. We normally do subsequent baiting, 2 times, 3 times. That normally will take care of it. You'll be pretty happy with that. But yeah, we've baited that many times, and there's still wasp nests around. Yeah, look, maybe that light here. Yeah, quite hard to see, but that's all wasps. They are on the hunt. Pretty lucky we haven't lost any down there. That's heaps. Damn. It's either down to the fact that there are so many wasp nests around, and one particular wasp nest, the wasp scouts from that colony will find the vespex and clean it out, and it'll kill that colony. But then there's other colonies around, and they'll continue to harass the bees, and our vespex bait is gone by that point, so that's not doing any work. So we have to keep baiting. Or in some cases, if the colonies are really, really huge, then 1 round or 2 rounds of vespex baiting isn't enough to kill the colony, so we have to keep doing it. So we've had to keep going around, and we're continually baiting for vespex, in a lot of cases a lot more than we normally are, to just to get on top of the wasp populations and to make sure that the beehives in those areas have a good chance at surviving winter. We are back checking some of the traps that we baited on this block. Looks like they've been cleaned out. I'm seeing way less wasps around too, actually, which is mean. Oh, come on, you bastard. Oh, a bit left in there, but they cleaned a lot of it out. Even if it's not taken, I wonder if that... We'll go and check the others. Oh yeah. Oh. Look, there's a wasp having a crack in here. Take that, you dog. But yeah, looks like that one didn't get eaten up quite so. There's a little bit of old vespex in there. But, I mean, that should have done some damage. Yeah, this one's cleaned out as well. Yeah, so I've been back to all the sites that we were having wasp problems with, and I've been baiting. There's 4 rounds of baiting there now in most cases, and we have seen a pretty big decline in wasp populations. We've still lost quite a few hives. No more since I've been back and baited them and reduced their instances so that they're a bit safer. But yeah, we're on top of it now, and the bees in those areas are what's left are happy and healthy and should survive the winter. So that's them. Most of our work is done winterizing the beehives, and looks like they're looking good. So we leave them alone mostly, and we'll come back and check on them in the springtime when we start to get ready for the next production year, the next mānuka flow.